Hello, welcome to Discovering the World of Natural Health. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. And yes, you see me sitting in the parking lot again, right? Uh, I've said that a couple times now. The lady wanted to know, did I really do the show in the parking lot? No, that is the backdrop. And we're in the studio at WHIG. This program is being recorded on November the 20th, Monday. And what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a topic, and that topic is gout. We're going to talk about it for probably about 30 minutes. And then we'll throw a commercial in there about silver. And after that, we want you to learn more about the stamps and what we can have for you to help your Christmas cards and your Christmas stuff get mailed out at Remedy This Naturally at the post office there. And for those of you who have gout or issue of gout, let me throw this in here as a way for you to be able to deal with it in having understanding a little bit more about the gout, what's going on, and what we can do about it to help eliminate and reverse gout. So what really was gout was considered a rich man's disease and not a poor man's disease, because it was on the people who had the rich diets that were able to get the gout. And we have that issue that really, because of all the meat and the things that we eat in our diet, we're susceptible to it, especially when we count the birthdays. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what it is. First, we're going to talk about that gout is a common type of arthritis. Oh, now wait a minute. If you are interested in knowing what's going on and you look at the topic of gout and you realize that, wait a minute, I have inflammation, and that inflammation is considered by my doctor as arthritis, inflammation. And it occurs when there is too much uric acid. Now, that uric acid is in the blood, the tissues, and the urine. So what happens is this stuff builds up and becomes a problem. Uric acid is the end product of metabolism of a class of chemicals known as purines, P-U-R-I-N-E-S. In people with gout, the body does not produce enough of the digestive enzyme uricase, which oxidizes relatively insoluble uric and into a highly soluble compound. As a result, uric acid accumulates in the blood and tissues, and ultimately it crystallizes. And that crystallization ends up being little, like those crystals ain't the one you read, Those crystals are irritating and they cause pain. So that's what we're doing to ourselves. We are doing it to ourselves. And if you got it, it's something you gave yourself. And so what we're trying to do in learning the natural way to be able to reverse this, okay? And what happens when it crystallizes, uric acid takes on a sharp, like that of a needle, and like a needle, it jabs its way into the joints. It seems to prefer the joint of the big toe. How about that? But other joints can be vulnerable as well, including the midfoot, ankle, knee, wrist, and even the fingers. Acute pain is usually the first symptom. When the affected joints become inflamed, almost infected, looking, red, swollen, hot, and extremely sensitive to the touch. If you are one that can identify, you're saying, man, Claiborne, you are talking about my situation. So, uric acid is a byproduct of certain foods. That's why it was considered a rich man's disease. And I'll give you a little bit more about that, who had to put up with that in the rich man. It provides a byproduct of certain foods. So gout is closely related to diet. As I was talking before we went on the air about that, the diet, we were designed to live and not die. We were designed to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. But we screwed it up when we got away from, or getting away from, what was designed for us. Now, go back to where we come from. We came from the Garden of Eden, okay? That's where God created all the magnificent environment for us to be able to have. He did it. He wanted us to be happy. He wanted us to say, Lord, thank you for giving me a place to live, that I don't have to worry about anything, had no rent, no nothing, but to say there, you know what the requirement for man was? It was for them to make God smile. Yeah, make God happy. And so with that in mind, God said, I created this heavenly Garden of Eden, and now I need someone to be able to enjoy it. And that's what man ended up getting. But then man said, whoa, 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 God, I can do better than you can. And they listen to a voice that says, you can eat this, you can do this, even though it was forbidden for you to do it. And if you really want to know and get into the legal aspect, start reading a heavy-duty book called Leviticus. It's in the Bible. But Leviticus, the book, will tell you what to eat, what not to eat, and what will give us the ability to get rid of gout. Now, we do have a product at Remedy This Naturally called Gout. And if you will look at what I got topic down there, and if you take it and go into Remedy This Naturally and say, I want some Gout, it will have the ingredients in there that are from the celery seed, the different items that get rid of the purine that's causing the problem. Isn't this great stuff? It is amazing stuff for us. Okay. When it crystallizes, the uric acid takes on a shape like that of a needle, and like a needle, it jabs its way into the joints. It seems to prefer the joint of the big toe, but other joints can be vulnerable as well, including the midfoot, ankle, knee, wrist, and even the fingers. Acute pain is usually the first symptom. Then the effect, the joints become inflamed, almost infected looking, red, swollen, hot, and extremely sensitive in the touch. Uric acid is a byproduct of certain foods, so gout is closely related to diet. That's where I was and got to, and then I start talking to you about the Garden of Eden and what's there and should have been for the well-being that never got sick, because they made and took into consideration what should be done according to what God offered. Okay, so gout is closely related to diet. Obesity and an improper diet increase the risk of developing gout. Gout has been called a rich man's disease, since it is associated with too much rich food and alcohol. But, in fact, it affects people from all walks of life, most commonly men between the ages of 40 and 50. It may be inherited or brought on by crash dieting, drinking, some medications, overeating, stress, surgery, or injury to a joint. Approximately 90% of the people who suffer from gout are male. Uric acid, kidney stones may be a related problem. So, isn't this good stuff? The best way to get a definitive diagnosis of gout is for a physician to insert a needle into the certain joint, remove some fluid, examine the fluid under a microscope for the characteristics uric acid crystals. So that's what's going on. And then I had over here, I looked up thing, it says, stop feeling poorly from the rich man's diet. There was a time when gout, painful form of arthritis, was a kind of status symbol. Excuse me. A diet of red meat, washed down with port. No, port is a wine. So it says that a diet of red meat washed down with port or wine can bring on disease. So anybody who could afford to eat expensively could complain with a certain amount of satisfaction of agony in the first joint of the big toe, other joints in the foot or knee, and sometimes in the wrist or the elbow. If you suffer from gout, you have been prestigiously a predecessor. Okay, in the Old Testament, I told you about Leviticus a while ago. Well, the Old Testament king Asa, A-S-A, had gout, and his disease was extremely great. The main drove 16th century Spanish King Charles I to indicate his gout son, Philip II, ruled from the bed. At least 14 of the 86 Byzantine emperors had gout and other forms of arthritis. Benjamin Franklin wrote a dialogue between himself and Madame Gout. In other words, he put it out there and said, here, I'll tell you what's going on. And he said in his book he wrote, disease argues that it has saved the old philosopher from an even worse diet by causing pain every time Franklin ate overly rich food or drank alcohol. The disease argued, quote, the gout in such a subject as you are is a disease, but a remedy. Madame Gout had a point. Doctors now know that a major cause of gout is a rich diet in purines, which are often found in fatty foods. Here's the foods, folks. Here's the foods. Organ meats, sardines, and anchovies. Yeast is also packed with purines, which is why heavy beer drinkers are gout prone. But you can be teetotally vegetarian and still have the disease. The major cause of gout is heredity. A genuine defect can cause uric acid to be concentrated in the body, leading to the formation of painful uric crystals in the fluid surrounding the joints. And we'll talk about that in a second here, about the diet. Men over 40 are most likely to get gout, although women who have gone through menopause or also somewhat susceptible. Besides, diet and genes often trigger the can bring on a painful gout attack, including dehydration, excessive use of aspirin, crash dieting, serious injury, and stress. But you don't have to lose your own personal argument with Madam Gout. Here's how you can give the nasty old ailment the boot. So, we'll talk about it now. Talk about gout getting the boot. The boot means it's getting its tail kicked. Okay? That's what we're talking about. Eat greens. If you get attacks of gout, avoid the alcohol and stay away from organ meats such as liver and kidneys. And that's what the Dr. Clay says. Get flushed. Drink lots of liquids. I didn't say liquor. I said liquids. Drink lots of liquids such as water and cranberry juice to help flush the system. The most or the more hydrated you are, the lower the concentration of gout causing rich acid in your own body. So, if you know, and even though if it's heredity and this stuff, if you know that the foods you're eating aggravates it and agitates it, I bet you ain't never heard that word before, right? Yeah, but it's a screwed up deal. That's what the problem is. All right? So get flushed, drink the liquids, eat the greens, water, cranberry juice, cranberry sauce. Hey, look, we're doing this here. Day's Monday, Thursday is, guess what? Thanksgiving. Do what you got to do. But remember, put some good liquids in there, all right? Take an anti-inflammatory such as ibuprofen for the pain of gout. Avoid aspirin, which has been implicated in bouts of gout. Ibuprofen is safer. Watch your water level. If you have gout and you're taking medicine for your high blood pressure, ask your doctor about your medication. An orthopedic surgeon at Martha's Vineyard Orthopedic Surgery said most diuretics, which are also called water pills, can make gout worse by increasing the concentration of uric acid in the blood. Uric acid, got to flush it out, folks. If you're taking a diuretic, regularly review the need for the medication, as well as the question of whether you should also be taking an over-the-counter potassium supplement. Talk to your doctor about it. Okay? That's what's important about that. Now, let's do some other stuff here and talk about what's going on. Now, we're talking about Mr. Gout. We talked about the history of gout. Now, there are herbs that I love, then also, if you haven't got one of these books as your reference, you can purchase a prescription for nutritional healing from Remedy This Naturally. And this book, I'm looking at one that was written by James and Phyllis Balt. He has soon gone on, but this one really goes back to the second edition. I was trying to figure out how old it was, so I can give you some idea. But it's been updated and revised and made sure that it puts in the things it needs. Okay, this here book that I've got, that I have in my library, because I've got a new updated one that is Remedy This Naturally, and you can come in and you can check it out. By that I mean you can sit right there, look up gout, look up arthritis, and this one here was done in 1997. 97 and 20, let's see, that's 3, and 26 years old. And information been updated and revised. So alfalfa, write that down. I love alfalfa. That's why I love my liquid chlorophyll so much. It has alfalfa in it, plus I believe it has mulberry. And you put the two of those together, folks, you gotta have your liquid, and there's nothing in it better than taking liquid chlorophyll with it. Alfalfa is a good source of mineral and other nutrients that help to reduce serum acid level. And it's recommended you take 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams daily in tablet or capsule form. Or if you like the taste of Wrigley Spearmint chewing gum, hey, drink it in your green drink, liquid chlorophyll. Now, listen to me carefully what I'm going to say next. Apply cayenne, which is capsaicin, powder mixed with enough wintergreen oil to make a paste. To apply areas to relieve inflammation and pain. This may cause a stinging sensation at first, but with repeatedly use, pain would diminish remarkably. Cayenne can also be taken in capsule form, and you probably want to do that. But capsaicin is powerful stuff. Capsaicin, cayenne, ulcers, another topic we can talk about. And the bleeding ulcer, you can take a capsule of cayenne pepper or capsaicin, and it will heal that. I cut myself shaving. I put a little shaker of cayenne pepper in it, dropped it up here, and takes care of getting rid of the nicks and cuts. Also, we recommended on one of the shows here, someone was doing a project in their home, and they ended up breaking some glass and doing a major cut, and cayenne pepper will coagulate that and stop it from bleeding. So know these tips, know this value of this information, and that's why we try to remedy this stuff naturally. Other herbs for gout are birch, burdock, hyssop, and juniper. Recommendations, okay? When an attack of gout strikes, eat more raw fruits and vegetables for 2 weeks. Juices are best. Frozen or fresh, cherry juice is excellent. And we actually carry the black cherry juice at Remedy This Naturally. Juices are best, frozen or fresh. Juice is excellent. Also drink celery juice diluted with distilled water. Use distilled water only, not tap water. Cherries and strawberries neutralize uric acid, so eat lots of them. Also include grains, seeds, and nuts in your diet. Important, very important. Maintain a diet low in purines at all times. Purines are organic compounds that contribute to uric acid formation. Purine-rich foods to avoid include avocados, asparagus, herring, meat gravies and broths, mushrooms, mussels, sardines, and sweetbreads. Next, consume plenty of quality water. Fluid intake promotes the excretion. We're going to flush out this uric acid. Get rid of them knives sticking in you. Consume plenty of quality water. Fluid intake promotes the excretion of uric acid. Eat no meat of any kind, including organ meats. Meats contain extremely high amounts of uric acid. Consume no alcohol. Alcohol increases the production of uric acid and must be eliminated from the diet. And, we've got social drinking of wine is gotten to the point it's better than the redneck bottle of beer. So do not eat any fried foods, roasted nuts, or any other foods containing or cooked with oil that has been subjected to heat. When heated, oils become rancid. Rancid oils and fats quickly destroy vitamin E, resulting in the release of increased amounts of uric acid. Avoid rich foods such as cakes and pies. You can actually start this on Friday. Leave white flour and sugar products out of your diet. Avoid amino acid glycine. Glycine has been converted into uric acid more rapidly in people who suffer from gout. Limit your intake of caffeine, cauliflower, dried beans, lentils, fish, eggs, oatmeal, peas, poultry, spinach, and yeast products. And another issue, if you're overweight, lose excess weight. Losing weight lowers serum uric acid levels. Avoid every restricted weight loss diet. However, abruptly cutting back on foods or fasting for longer than 3 days may result in increased uric acid levels. Important. And I actually had someone I talked to on the phone the other day, and they told me they had gotten that Gout from Remedy This Naturally, and within 3 days, their gout pain had subsided. So if you go ahead and do the things that are necessary to help eliminate, flush out, get rid of what's causing this problem, then the body will heal itself. It was designed to do that. Okay? Let's see what it is here. DMSO. I like that. Treatment with honeybee venom. Provided for relief for some sufferers. In this practice called apiary therapy or honeybee venom is administered for injection. And that we've had good results, and clients of ours talking about how they used bee venom. They actually just sting themselves to get rid of that inflammation. But you got to be careful of that. You can't be allergic to bees to do that. There could be a deficiency of certain nutrients can provoke an attack of deficiency of pantothenic acid. We're talking about vitamin B5, produces excessive amounts of uric acid. A study in animals found that a diet deficient in vitamin A can produce gout. Vitamin E deficiency causes damage to the nuclei of cells and produce uric acid, causing more uric acid to form. People who have candida infections, who have taken antibiotics on and off for long periods, often have increased levels of uric acid in their blood. Because of cellular destruction associated with chemotherapy and other cancer cells, uric acid is often released in extreme amounts, resulting in gouty arthritis. Okay. Important to do that. Just thought it was, and let me go back and make sure I got my notes taken care of over here, talking about it being the fat man's disease and how we can take and do it. So, folks, what we have done and tried to do is give a topic on gout. Come in to remedy this naturally. You can, if you want to go look up this book in the store, purchase your own, and come up with prescription nutritional healing and what you can do. And you can read more about what I've talked about. And what I like in this is that when it comes to recommendations, it tells you what essential fatty acids, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, and bioflavonoids. Those are nutrients that are very important. Then there are nutrients that are important, and and then others that are helpful. This is to kind of give you a direction, help you understand to focus on my body was designed to live and never die. And because God designed it that way. But what happened was we and our trying to take over and take God's will and purpose have made a difference. And look up not only gout, but look up arthritis, which is a form of inflammation that actually makes the gout worse. So go back to the beginning, understand this. God created the heavens and the earth. He created the Garden of Eden to design and then made the human beings be there. And then they said, well, God, you created us, but we're smarter than you are. I think that's where we're getting in a problem today in our Asian society as we go about things. So we're going to take, and now I'm going to go to Lee and let him bring in about the stamps or the commercial, whichever it is, and then get this involved for your benefit because you deserve not to have the rich man's disease. And it goes to show you that we are rich in these United States of America because we can eat the diet we want, not taking in consideration before I put it in my mouth, I chew it up and swallow it, what effect is what I'm eating supposed to do to what I am living in. So, challenge you to do that, folks. Come see us at Remedy This Naturally. Get your stamps for Christmas and enjoy Thanksgiving. And if you're watching this after the Thanksgiving, which is Thursday of this week, tell you what, you have everything you need to be made whole again. God bless you. Until we meet again, I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. Now for you, the stamps. Hello and welcome to Discovering the World of Natural Health. We're going to do something a little different today, and today is November the 6th, and we're going to talk about stamps. We're going to talk about where you can get them at Remedy This Naturally and kind of give you a broad spectrum of what we're going to cover. This is a little display sheet we have available at the window when you come at Remedy This Naturally and you want to get waited on to get your postal things taken care of. And these are some of the postal stamps that we have available for our customers. If you'll notice there at about 1 o'clock on the thing where my bald head's shining over there, it says post office. Actually, if I move this over here, Remedy This Naturally, and we've got a post office inside of Remedy This Naturally. People have been asking, where can I go on the east side of Rocky Mount and have a post office available for us? Well, Remedy This Naturally does not do duck stamps, and we do not do money orders. but basically the essential things that most people want, wanting something to be able to have a overnight. This here would just happen to be a priority mail. We can have those available for you to be able to use. One like this here is a legal flat rate, which means that whatever you can get in this envelope and seal it would be the cost of you mailing it. Other ways of using the envelope that doesn't have flat rate written on it, that you can have it available for you to be able to use on weight and distance. So how far is it going to go? How much does it weigh? And therefore we'll know what to charge you. Okay? So this is on this unit right here. So it's something to give us an idea of. And then over here, pull these over, and we got a 3-section. Okay, Lee, beautiful. Which way you want to go? Let's go this way. And specialty stamps we have for using those available to us. And I've got them on the other side, excuse me. I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip over here, and this is an additional postage. Postage today sells for 66 cents. If you had 2 ounces, you could get by with not having to pay 66 twice, but you get 66 and 24. You put a school bus on there for that purpose. The other one, sailboats, postcard, 51 cents, or 100 for $51. Now, this is the postcard to be able to do that with. Okay, cool. And then if you go down here, and let me see, sunflower, a 2 ounce. So if you had something to weigh 2 ounces, went over the 1.5 ounce, and there would be a sunflower is a 2 ounce one. Okay. Stamped envelopes are 85 cents a piece. What do I mean by stamped envelopes? That's a number 10 envelope with a stamp already adhered to it. So you can come in and get that for 85 cents. And a stamped postcard would be 56. Postcard stamp, if you're providing the card, is 51 cents. But if you need a stamped postcard, it's 56 cents. Non-machinable, colored, and it's got the butterfly, $1.06. That's the non-machinable. That's if it can't go through the machine and you need to still send it, that would be a good way to do that. Okay? Specialty stamps, let's continue over here. Additional ounce, school bus. Then we got the sunflower, is a 2 ounce. And we got a global African daisy for $1.50. And we got a global poinsettia for $1.50. So 2 different ones to represent that. And this was cool. Life magnified. You get 20 stamps, and it's $13.20 for those. And then you go beyond. Let's see, right there. Going down here, okay. Snow globe, Christmas, folks. Christmas, remedy this naturally. 20 for $13.20. And the Virgin and the Child is 20 for $13.20. So Christmas stamps coming on. Now, how about if we did a winter woodland animals? So you got the little animals right here on this one, and they are holiday festive. Go beyond, 20 for $13.20. The pony cart. I'm going to show some of these in a little bit on the whole sheet so you can get a better idea, okay? And then we've got Tammy here, got the little, look like a little elf over there. So we got that one. So continue to go across here. And endangered species, 20 for 13.20. Endangered species right here. The waterfall, 12 for 7.92. And tulip blossoms, 20 for 13.20. And I'm going to kind of move around a little bit here, go on this side, and let's see what we got here. Start in the middle. We got endangered species. Did the pony cart, and we also have Tammy DePola. Okay, come back up here. Western wear, hat, box, buckle, waterfalls, tulip blossoms. Got those right in there, and work our way back up. Snowy beauty. How about that? That's so pretty. We have to buy yourself some flowers. Yeah, right there. Snowy beauty. Elephants. There you go. 20 for 13.20. How about thinking of you? This is just a crazy looking. I think I got it stuck over here. Yeah, that one right there. Just if you get it, Lee. Thinking of you. This, if you can go down to the whole sheet here, or I can raise it up. There you go. Isn't that crazy looking? But thinking of you and all the different ways it can do that, I think that is so cool. All right, now we have a breast cancer research stamp. We have healing PTSD, 85 cents each. We have a Black History, John Lewis, 66 cents each, or you get a $9.90 for 15 of those. Also, Ernest Gaines, here again, you get 20 for 13.20. And then Toni Morrison and Edmona Lewis, those four we have right in here that are for Black Heritage. And then the favorite stamp of all is we're going to move it over here and go with the good old flags. Okay. Okay, we'll put that back up. All right. Flags, you get them in a booklet or you can get them in a sheet. And you got Ruth Bader Ginsburg, our Chief Justice. We have a picture on her of herself, 20 for 13.20. And Kawanza, Chief Standing Bear, we got there. And then right up below it, we have a little sheet there. I can't make that one out. But then if we go down to the bottom here, the love one is really cute. This is just kind of special. You have a puppy dog and you have a cat. So you have either one or both of those, and they alternate on this sheet. So what do you think? Isn't that kind of cool? Have all these different things to let you know that at Remedy This Naturally, you can actually go in and have a post office there inside the building for you. I'm laughing because before I left today and coming out to the studio, and I'm recording this on the 6th day of November 2023, and the lady said, she said, they don't make you sit in the parking lot and do your show, do they? And I said, no, ma'am, they don't. That's the background we have. But she was kind of concerned that I would have to, the WHIG would put me out in the parking lot to do my show. So we won't worry about that. We're doing good. So what I'm trying to do is make you aware that WHIG does a great job for us, have been doing over 25 years, being with the uh, station when it was even downtown at the lake. So the other thing I want to share with you so you get a better idea, we got the ones here, Thinking of You, and that is so pretty. It has a butterfly, kind of like a star, a cat, a rainbow, popsicle, and it says, "You're a star, cheers, you're the best, hooray, you're awesome, feel better, you make me happy, miss you, thinking of you, best wishes, miss you," just going around, and that's that one right there, okay? You get the sheet of stamps on that one, okay? Now, another one, I think this one, once these are gone, they're gone, if I'm not mistaken, on the Buzz Lightyear. But these were from infinity to forever. Those are a few left over. I think they have been, we've sold. We won't get any more, let's put it that way. You need me to come over a little bit? There you go. Buzz Lightyear. Good job there, Lee. Appreciate that. So, if you collectible. My mother was postmaster in Ridgeway for 30-some years, and guess what she would give us for birthday, Christmas? She gave us stamps. That's what she did, gave us stamps. Now we got another one that is really cool. Check this one out and see what you tell me about this one. This goes back, pony cars. Look at them. Aren't they cool? Yeah, pony cars. A sheet of those that remedy this naturally in the postal department. Okay? Neat, huh? Okay, I'm going to take those down. And I'm going to give you another one here. This is kind of cool. Waterfalls. Isn't that pretty? It's neat and if you'll notice that that only has 15 stamps on it, so it's not a full book, but they wanted to do the layout so you could benefit from the surroundings that are on the stamp. So you may want to start collecting stamps after this beautiful show on WHIG with Claiborne here. Waterfall. And I actually picked up 2 of those. So, yeah, same thing, just two of them. And Tommy DePoa, this is I don't have the information on that to tell me about the stamp, but check it out. There you go. Kind of crazy. Okay. The next one is going to be endangered species. Now that is kind of a beautiful stamps. And all these, as long as we have them in stock, can be purchased at Remedy This Naturally in Bienvenue Postal Remedy, which is inside of the health food store. And Christmas is coming, and just wanted to make sure you were aware of, you can get your Christmas stamps, and you may want to do something crazy. Send a Christmas card, okay? Beautiful. The next one, Chief Standing Bear. And it's kind of a pretty one there, with Chief Standing Bear. Recognition, okay? Put that one down. Now, Life Magnified. I'm gonna put them up here, and Lee's gonna just kind of come in as close as he can, and Life Magnified with all the things. It's a good science stamp. Really cool. See the intricate things, and and it kind of falls in place with what we do at Remedy This Naturally, in making sure that the little things in life, the aminos, the things that help with plant, and the big things, the microbes, the mushrooms, those types of things that are available at Remedy This Naturally. Okay? Toni Morrison, Black Heritage, another stamp there. And then the next one, you don't have to move, I'll come to you. Ernest Gaines, that's also for the Black Heritage. And almost, before I've got a couple at the very bottom here, I'm gonna pull those up. Then we got Edmonds Lewis, SEB. Then John Lewis. Yeah. And if you want Black Heritage stamps, Remedy This Naturally, make sure we keep a lot of them on hand. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Chief Justice, very famous woman. She deserves to be on the stamp. She really does. Got that on that one. And this one's going to be, well, I'll do the bigger one first. This one, let's see if I can get it so we can read it. But in the middle of this stamp right here, it has Celebrate. I don't know if you can see that or not. But just say, for example, you were having a party for Thanksgiving, Halloween, or Christmas, and you wanted to, or birthday, and you wanted to give something. You could come in Remedy This Naturally as long as we have them in stock. We would make sure that we have them available for you. And even if we can get a special order, we'd be happy to do that as well. All right, they're getting smaller right there. That's the Freedom. This one comes in the 20 panel like that, or it also comes in the, there you go. And comes in a sheet or it comes in the book. And my mama was always cute about this when love stamps have been around for a long time with the Postal Service. And she would ask somebody if they wanted a love stamp. She said, it's the least amount of money for the most amount of heart and love. So do that and then enjoy. So what do you think, guys? Remedy This Naturally. Then I'm gonna hold this back up, put that back down for a second, and just let you know when you come in, right on the counter at Remedy This Naturally, and you'll notice the sign at the top up there at 1 o'clock says Post Office at Remedy This Naturally, 1140 Benvenue Road in Rocky Mount. So just wanted to make sure it was available for you. I was real concerned about the holidays coming up and making sure you plan ahead. Because we're already at the 6th of November, a month, we've been December. Rolling on, folks, rolling on. Okay, lay that down. And let me, I think it'd be in my best interest if I just take all these stamps and put them. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, see, that's why I was going to tell you that. Okay. Lee, we got 3 more that's stuck in the bag. And if you can, the cowboy hats and the cowboy buckle, is that going to be too? Oh, I can handle that. Ha-ha. Got that one. And yeah, you can focus as much as you want to. I'm here playing. There you go. And of course, we gotta have the elephant. Anyway, I'll hold that one like that. How's that? Okay, got the elephant. And we got the western one, that's Stetson. And then we got the tulips on the bottom. So, and I was getting ready to cheat you guys on being able to see all that.
Silver has been effectively used for centuries because of its natural antibacterial properties. Today, it's used in thousands of consumer products, including medical products, fabrics, and supplements. Because silver has the highest electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, and reflectivity of any metal, it is very effective as a colloid, silver suspended in water. Common colloidal or ionic silvers contain positively charged silver ions that have the ability to steal an electron from the bacteria's cell membrane. If enough electrons are stripped, the cell membrane ruptures and the bacteria can no longer function. Although ionic silver is useful, this one-to-one electron exchange requires multiple applications or a high concentration of silver to achieve the effectiveness needed. Conversely, SilverSol's unique nano-silver particle has a patented silver oxide coating, Ag404, that can steal thousands of electrons per particle, resulting in a continuous or catalytic action. In addition, we supercharge the nanoparticle with the same frequency as ultraviolet light, 890 to 910 terahertz. Although this UV light frequency is harmless to human tissue, it is highly destructive to bacteria, fungus, and yeast, and doesn't require direct physical contact in order to be effective. This powerful combination of silver oxide coating and resonant UV frequency multiplies the effectivity exponentially. In fact, SilverSol at a concentration of 10 ppm is up to 3 times more effective than traditional colloidal, silver hydrosols, or ionic silver products containing up to 3,000 ppm. Best of all, SilverSol is backed by 420 independent third-party studies, including 32 safety studies and 5 human ingestion studies. Unlike other silver products, SilverSol won't harm probiotics, isn't metabolized in the body, and is safely excreted with no residual buildup. This means SilverSol products can be safely used every day without the drawbacks of traditional silver colloids, hydrosols, and ionic silver products. Make SilverSol your natural, safe, and effective solution.